That was really delayed from my count in. I just want to point that out. I had a count in going before we went live, and it was off. No one would have known except for Quinn had I not said anything. But we're live here on Plus One EXP's Roll for Content channel. My name is Tony Vicinda. I'm Chief Alchemist here at Plus One EXP, and I am joined by...
Hi, you called me Quinn Blackwell. Yeah, that's me. I do stuff here. I'm the
Yay!
production palette plus one EXP. And I'm here to keep stuff moving.
Keep stuff moving. Here at Plus One EXP, we're a weird little brand that multi-classes on tabletop game design, beard, and skincare alchemy in the Bardic College of Content Creation. Our hope and desire here at Plus One EXP is to help amazing designers find great players who love their games, and amazing players find great designers whose games they can love. We do that in a lot of different ways, but during Zine Month, we have a tendency to pull out as many of the stops as is sane or close to sane. So every week on Monday afternoons, Quinn and I are sitting down and going through some of the projects that have dropped or are live right now that we are excited about. So we pulled together a slate of about 10 projects we want to share with you, along with a couple special announcements. We've got some other cool products coming up. One, we didn't even do the smart thing. So I'll pull that up in a second. But if you want to help support what we do, you can go to rpgzine.club. It's like a little mini zine month in your inbox or your mailbox every single month where we send out 2 new games. But we've got a special bundle of this month's Zine Month releases, along with 2 other cool games that are up right now over on the Plus One site. Quinn, if you can find that and drop the link in our Discord channel for me. I'll drop that in for folks in just a little bit. But we've also got some other great things coming up. I want to mention at the top of the hour this Wednesday, Asher, head of games at Kickstarter, is going to be joining me live for our Intrepid Merchants. If you want to meet Asher, ask some questions about what it's like to work at games over in Kickstarter land, what's happening for Zine Quest there, how things have changed and evolved over the last couple of years, really this last year since Asher started. Join us Wednesday night for that. We've got some other great actual plays, some solo streams of some of the solo games we've had coming up. All those things are going to be happening soon, but you didn't come here for that. You came here for cool zines, and we're going to start with that. One announcement, though, before we dive in. Last week on the stream, we talked about a really cool game called Kot, which is Polish for cat, but also sounds like the Nordic word for flesh and has an umlaut over the top as an homage to the death metal nature of many RPGs. It is a game that was only going to be shipping to the UK and EU because that is where the creators lived. However, after Quinn brought this cool game to my attention and we watched a really cool video, we reached out to Corba Games and just earlier today finalized the fact that we will be doing US distribution for Kot. So if you saw it last week on stream and have not had a chance to go back it yet or back digitally and you want to get the physical, you can head on over there to pick that up. I will drop the I'll drop the doobly-doo and the dobly-do. And remember, theoretically, Quinn will go back and link all these great projects that we talk about afterwards on things. So if you're watching live, you can catch them in the chat. If you are not, you can catch them later in the pinned links down below. So those are our big announcements. If you want, Quinn, did you grab the Blue Sky announcement about the bundle? Is that what you did?
I did.
That works.
I can also grab the
No.
other.
I mean, it's linked. It's linked. Everybody's watching me do this live. It's fine. This is actually, I mean, it's not a bad choice, honestly. Everybody saw that. All right, cool. Let's dive straight in. Unless Quinn, you have any notes before we go to that?
No notes.
All right, cool. Let's talk about one that I already had in my pocket, but that the creator shouted out online. This is Von Hynd Manor is what we're looking at. It's a gothic horror zine of noble predation, the act of being a predator. Here's why this one was already on my title before Stella, the creator, brought it to my attention, and that's because Stella is a tremendous creator. You might be familiar with Stella also goes by Pounds of Nothing in various amounts in various places as an amazing mothership creator and designer. They have also written a pamphlet adventure for Through the Void with Thomas Art on it that we published a little while ago as part of our initial Through the Void Ash Can release. I'm a huge fan of everything Stella does and super excited to dive into this. There is a video, so our normal policy is we watch at least 30 seconds and only up to a minute of the video. It's got to keep our attention in order to get to a minute, and we reserve the rights to break the rules. So we're gonna check out the video for Von Hynd Manor. Awesome. So I want to note something. The video starts a little slow when it hits the sheep scene. Like it's all good and it's really great use of stock image. I think a really great example of what a basic video can and should look like if you don't have a ton of like editing skills. Yeah. I think the Stella did a really great job. But like the first about 25 seconds are really just slow, eerie, building tension. Great music drop and moving away from like the woods to like the sheep moving around in the background. There's something about sheep, especially when you're talking about gothic horror or prey or like when you know there's like something about in the woods, that like moving to sheep indicates really strong, rich horror, and I really like it. I'll also point out at the 1 minute mark when most people are going to stop watching, they move away from here's what the story and the narrative is into here's who the team is. I think that's a really smart transition. Really great, solid, basic video using a lot of really kind of just fundamental tools. So the pitch for this, Von Hynd Manor, wherein is told a tale of bloodshed and diablerie. One more time, you got it.
Diablerie?
Diablerie.
I only know that
right.
from The Masquerade.
There we go. I was not frankifying it enough, I think. Nestled somewhere deep in the mountains lies the haunted hamlet of Heerdorf. Constant disappearances have plagued the village for generations, leaving a despondent and broken people. Hidden away in the nearby woods is a manor of the Von Hynd family. They rarely ever fraternize with the local peasantry, but other nobility from far and wide come to visit them on the regular. The villagers circulate rumors of the Von Hynds trafficking with the devil, causing demons to stalk the woods. It's an expanded and revised vision of one of the first RPG modules that Stella ever wrote. You can find a delicate balance between the villagers and the nobility that exploits and preys upon them. At one small point crawl to be placed in your hex maps and pages of Gothic material. I know that this one came out, I think, last year. Stella put it out, but really, really great. It's got some great quotes by Josh Demansky, who's one of the co-authors of Liminal Horror, a great creator, and Christian Sorrell, who we shouted out last year as just one of the best designers in the space. Here's the deal. It's a really short, like pretty simple pitch. There's a lot of text. I would love to see some more images, but like with what the video was doing, let's do a quick scrub here. See if we get this really great cover image right about here. So we're getting a good sense of the visuals, but I do feel like this is a still pulled out would do a whole lot for me on the page. I just want a little bit more. I think Stella's doing such a great job here with the visuals. And then once you hit the video, that's kind of off the upper one. So I think a static image drop down below would be great. I'll be super excited. I mean, I'm going to back this one just because I like Stella, but I think this is a great example of if you've got a project that's got a really small goal Stella's about to fund, could fund while we're on right now. It's really good. Any Quinn, any thoughts from you?
It scratches a similar itch for me with Desperation, Bully Pulpit's card games.
Yeah.
It scratches a similar itch, and I really do enjoy that.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like it's right up my alley.
You like creepy weird wolves doing creepy weird things.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
we all know it.
Out in the woods, dancing around
Out in the woods
campfires,
doing what they're doing, being with
Of
people
course.
until they eat them. I really also just like the scratch effects on this image. Here,
Yeah.
like there's like Cell's doing a really great job with that top level intro. So I just want to see that pulled down the page a little bit more. I'll be excited to go back this one once we're off stream also too. I just can't speak highly enough about the quality of the work that Stella puts out. Really excited to see them kind of dipping their toe in here with this project. They've done so much great work for other people. Can't wait to see kind of what comes of this. Are you keeping a timer, by the way? We didn't discuss that beforehand. You
I
gotta
am. I started a little late, but it did just finish.
cool. Well, then we're all set. Let's go to the thing that we tossed on here next. It is technically not a zine, but everybody should be talking about. I'm gonna let you. Do you have the page up to look at?
No, I don't. I should have the page up.
I'll cue it in, and then you can go. You can kind of take over here because we both like I said. Oh, we were looking for our 10th project, and there's tons of great ones. And I said, oh, you know what we should be talking about? And then Quinn answered with the right answer. And Quinn, what is that answer?
The correct answer is Junji Ito Pinball.
Junji Ito
Uh,
Pinball. So Quinn, what is Junji Ito Pinball?
oh man, there's so many layers to it. I think the best way for me to respond is out of game. Um, but it is uh a Alfred Valley joint.
Mm-hmm.
This is now an annual thing. Where last year it was a multiplayer dungeon grinder
Yep.
kind of
Yeah, that my character
very
was
much a funnel.
into and out of really quick because I was not paying attention when the post went up and died. So
Yeah. But this is another big thing where a lot of people are interacting with it however they want to interact with it. Um, but it is the core concept of what if we continued to give AI more hallucinations? But not only that, of like what if this object that isn't real was brought into real life by people talking about it, about how it was removed or like replaced or anything along those lines, and like people talking about it in reverence and in how they also remember it,
yeah,
like the Bernstein Bears.
yeah, it is a shared hallucinogenic memory,
Yeah.
and really it started with a fake Reddit post that Alfred put up that starts, "Sorry for my English. In 2001, a friend of mine won a Sega contest. I think it was a promotion for a magazine or something, but it was the kind of prize he'd never thought he'd win. He was invited to Tokyo, Joyopolis, and allowed to bring his friend me along. There's a kind of a long like, hey, here's we had to do the paperwork, we had to do the dance and all that stuff, but they take them back, and there is essentially like this pinball machine with black and white graphics that they couldn't play. Their friend got to play it for about 5 minutes. The sound of the machine was chilling. Like this, just little piece of haunted reality, and it is a forum of remembering encounters with and the inspiration that this thing has created in all of us, right? And so I love. I think this is a little bit of like over under, right? Like inspired, like this. What is it like when we all get into these weird spaces and collaborate
Yeah.
with each other? The actual document, which I can pop up on screen real quick. I think if I click this, no, it's opening it somewhere else. I wanted you to open in the thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
And I'll also say if people don't know who Junji Ito is, Junji Ito is a horror artist who makes manga. And it is very like I to say that
Jujitos
it's
Uzumaki, right? Like, is that is
yeah.
that one of their titles? Yeah, like the thing. So
Yep, yep, yep.
if you haven't read or watched it, but you can keep on describing them. But that's one of their recent drops on a streaming service of some sort.
Yeah. But body horror is a very consistent thing. If you think of like Cthulhu or like any existential like horrors, like it very much takes those and turns them up to 11.
Yeah.
Um,
Alfred is just also just a great creator, has made some of the best zines of Zine Month's past. I love seeing them just get into this weird. February is a time for me to play around and mess around. I know Christian Sorrell has talked about making a fanzine dedicated to Junji Ito pinball. There's people doing all kinds of weird things in the forum posts, both on Itch and in other places, just to engage with this weird fever dream during Zine Month and maybe beyond. If you're watching right now or later and you're playing Junji Ito, I want to hear from you. Chat, whatever your story. I mean, this is we can play Junji Ito pinball right now. Tell us a little bit about your Junji Ito pinball experience in the chat. But yeah, super excited to see what Alfred's been up to with this, and wanted to make sure we included it because it's a really cool, weird thing that's happening right now. Cool. I was going to try to save this one for next week, but let's talk about Demidirge, which is the fanged funnel. It's going over on Kickstarter right now. It is a Lazy Lich title. Lazy Lich has done all kinds of amazing projects over the last few Zine months. I always get excited by what it is. I always back everything they do. I have yet to get any of them to the table, but this is an acidic nightmare adventure for Shadow Dark RPG. Most of the stuff they have done has been system neutral. This is the first time I know that they've put a system behind it, which is really interesting. But I love all the work that Shane does. The art on this is just crazy, but you are a tunneler trapped in a buried cathedral below a sentient sea of acid. Your life is ruled by wraith priests, the unseen queen who spies through stolen eyes. Armed with rotten tools and contraband fossils, you must obey, toil, and conspire to escape before you are recycled in boiling fungal baths. This project is 75% complete, which is a great thing to just clarify. Hey, we're not all the way there. This is their 6th Kickstarter, so delays are unlikely. They should have their prints by April. I 100% believe this creator. They're doing a catch-up also, too. If you haven't gotten their previous stuff, you can get all 2 books and all 5 zines as a pledge level. Art's going to be absolutely great. Lazy Lich has a beautiful art style. Like I said, this is just another fan favorite for me. It's one of the cool things about Zine Month is you have some people who they just show up in Zine Month and they do their thing, right? Year after year, they do not do other funders, or every once in a while they might, but overwhelmingly, this is where they come and do their thing. I love starting to see more and more of that. I think bigger publishers need to sit on their hands a little bit more during Zine Month, but it's been really cool to just see folks like Shane come in year to year and just kill it every single time. So, Quinn, have you played many level 0 funnel type things, or have you ever done a DCC or other funnel type?
I've run a few that were just not actually connected to any real systems, but for the most part I haven't done any written adventures for funnels.
You just killed a lot of people while playing games.
Yeah,
it's what I'm hearing you say.
You get it, you understand.
Yeah, Quick Jam. The art on this is amazing. Shane's visual style is just crazy. Everything they do, and a lot of times it's hex crawls, it's point crawls. They tend to be system neutral. You can drop them in whatever you want to. But again, this one they're doing for Shadow Dark, which is really cool to see more and more people dip into that system. We're gonna be talking a little bit more about, like I said, we're doing a kind of OSR one next week, but I wanted to include this one because they'll be on second to last day or last day of their campaign. I want to give them an earlier bump. But just, the art style on this absolutely rips. Any thoughts from you, Quinn?
Yeah, I mean, just to double down on the art style, it feels very it's like noodling almost. It looks like where it's just letting the hand flow where it flows, but also it feels pretty intentional.
Yeah, it feels almost like stream of consciency, where you're getting really defined lines, but you're just the flow. There's so much on this page because they're also showcasing all their past content, which again, I'd go ahead and say go in big on this one if you're going to go in. If you don't, you're going to wait another year to potentially be able to pick it all up. But I'm just a huge fan of everything Shane does. Cool. Let's hop to one of yours. Let's talk about Triple O.
Triple O. Pause that, reset it. Awesome. So yeah, I think that we've been seeing a lot lately that there are like people want solo games, people want to make solo games. Um, but I think that there are several camps of people. I mean, like you included, of like not really. I'm not gonna say not vibing with solo
I
games.
love the idea of solo games. I do. Like I truly love the idea of
Yeah,
so I just don't sit down to play them, which is true of most games. Like I like games that at least simulate like here's the thing. Whenever an app game like a little is like you're playing other people, I'm always kind of like bullshit. Like I'm not playing another person. Like I don't actually believe, but they're simulating the capacity of playing another person.
yeah.
And that does it for me. A duet game, I'm super into like 1-to-1. I like I'll read through them and think about them. I will not actually sit down and play them overwhelmingly.
Yeah. But I think that this even further bridges the gap of people who run games and people who like want to play solo RPGs. But it is a tool for solo RPG players who want to invert roles and play as the GM instead of the character. This resource allows you to dynamically and naturally emulate character behavior and actions, making it ideal for running published adventure modules, or explore your own creations. Which is actually the thing that caught my eye because there's plenty of instances where I'm like, this is a solo game that I want to make and I want to push out there. And I already know like the things that are in store for the player. So
Yeah.
it's very easy for me to play the game and be like, oh, it's designed like to be this difficult. But because I already know where everything is, it's a lot easier for me to like, even if I'm not actively trying to metagame it, to play safer or smarter.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be able to have something that almost simulates a player is really exciting to me.
Yeah.
Originally, it was released as a one-page tool that sold more than 500 copies, but this expanded zine builds on that foundation with clearer explanations, additional use cases, real play examples, and a wider set of tables. No bloat, no filler, no complications, just polished and enriched.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty like I'm excited for this, and
Yeah.
I feel like I don't get excited for a wild amount of like for a whole bunch of things.
You're into this. The design is great. I mean, so this is again not surprising. This may be the theme of ours. Is like a lot of these are old favorites. Like Cesar is like we played. So this is it on stream with them. They're a tremendous creator. They turn out stuff regularly that I'm super into. Make great use of like stock design, just really good layout, really great writing. So the three O's are the like the three options you're gonna hit everything you do there. The triple O's are, which is like, is the player going to do the obvious thing, the optional thing, which is a reasonable alternative that still makes sense, or the odd thing, something unexpected, which comes out of left field. Then you resolve kind of based on that, what happens from it. I know tons of people who are like, and this may be me. Maybe I should get it and give it a try. They're like, I don't like being a player. I want to be a GM. So solo games just wouldn't be their thing for that reason. Resetting on this, like, and saying like, hey, this is putting you in that other role and letting you do those things you want to do, I think is great. So they've got an add-on zine or a collab zine that they're doing with Dedboi, which I have not looked at, but let's look at the collab option real quick because I'm super into that when it happens. Or that took us to Dedboi. Go check out Dedboi also too. I'll drop the link for that. It is a investigative solo RPG. So if you're into solo stuff, you got a nice little collab here. They're also going to be able to ship together. So if you just want to back one, or maybe that is their collab benefit, is you just pay for shipping for one and they'll get it taken care of. But yeah, super excited that the Dedboi is coming out from Tim Roberts, who's also just absolutely tremendous. Any final thoughts, Quinn?
I'm excited for more tools.
Yeah.
More things that we can use at the table where like it's not actively like, hey, this is the entire meal, but like this is the silverware that you use while eating. It is always exciting to me.
Love it. Cool. They've also got some of their other options on here. Some of the other things they've done in the past be available as add-ons. Again, great option to catch up on Scissors stuff if you have not had a chance to dive in more deeply. I guess this is kind of the theme because we're going to talk about Screaming Metal Vector So, which is by Snow, who I love. They're one of my favorite creators. You're just going to hear that on repeat. When we were sitting down, this was just like, hey, here are the things we're each picking as we're going through. Da, da, da. Like, it was not like, oh, let me look for people who I know and love already. It was like, oh, here are the projects we want to talk about today. Snow's Screaming Metal Vector Soul, it does have a video, so we'll watch that in a second, is a mecha TTRPG about toxic lesbians piloting living machines for an exorbitant amounts of money so they can live lavish lifestyles before being torn to shreds in the poisonous arms of hyperspace. Solo or competitive? Here we go on the video. Oh shit, I don't even know what's happening now. I didn't know that full size was the option. I'll go back and look later and see what that did.
Hi, I'm Snow, and I'm a game designer. Here are some games I've made. Wow. Screaming Metal is my mech game. You get a background, a vector, and a digital soul. Missions are randomly generated as you play them, allowing for unforeseen complications. You roll dice from your action pool. 5 or higher means success. 2 to 4 is a mixed success, meaning your mech takes damage. And a 1 is a critical failure. You take
All right, that's 1 minute. Video is good. I like the kind of drop detune into the like slow down moment and then back up. Really love it. Go check out the last 30 seconds of the video. More rules over on the campaign. Just drop that down in for you. But yeah, so we're coming right in here at the top with a like all in do you want everything level. Which the cool thing about pledge levels on, and again, Kickstarter, you got to get with the game here. You got to get with the game of letting people feature a certain pledge level on your projects. GameFound's done it from the rip. BackerKit has an easy way to feature your here's what we think is ideal like pledge level. You got to Kickstarter needs to catch up. Anyways, I always think it's interesting like when people do start with like, hey, here's the product at the top. I would always love a little bit more like story, but they do let you feature a tier now. Thanks, Odds and Ends, for catching that. I'm super glad they finally got that in. I'll give Asher kudos on Wednesday when we're hanging out, which is exactly Odds and Ends what it should do. Super excited to hear that that has finally happened. So correction, Kickstarter does allow that now also too. I'm always interested when like people start with like product, but I think Snow is hitting theme really strongly in their copy at the top and in the video. And I think there's a real focus on how to play here that I'm really excited about. There's a lot of like tactile realities to this. Like Quinn, I know when I started talking about this one, you immediately knew which one it was, like when I said the name. So like what are some of your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I really love a dystopian techno like vibe, very like a breakdown of it, mixed with like a multimedia type visual.
Yeah,
it gives very, obviously it's difficult to not compare things to it, but it gives very like Mothership vibes in that reaction. But yeah, I'm just truly excited for more weird and nasty things.
Yeah. Well, and the solo to group on this, I think is really interesting, especially it being presented that way. Man, I was about to call shot whether or not this was whether Alfred was involved with this project at all. Mainly because the graphic design is very Alfred Valley, but they've got Snow, and then additional art by Neon Rot, who we talked about last week, big Neon Rot fan, and then Alfred did the video elements also too. It's just super good. I'm a big Snow fan. I think like there are very few people who will buy their games just for them being this timeline is great. Them being a piece of art. Like Snow is one of those, but I also say like I deeply enjoy their system work also too, where those things cross over with each other. And Sun King's Palace is probably one of my favorite dungeons of all time. Just really great creator here. I'm excited to see them get nasty, as you were talking about, but I just got to the funding the timeline, and I think it's hilarious. So go check this one out if you get a chance. Super excited to see it. Let's see. Let's talk a little bit about Quig's game. We got Fantasy in My Backyard. You want to hit me with the pitch on this one?
Yeah. So the tagline is Google Maps world building. Start your next urban campaign with a bang. Work together using a deck of cards and a city map to build a magical setting. Leverage any city's local history, landmarks, and transit to create and web interesting characters and relationships. Each player takes the role of a magical community living hidden among the mundane world, using a physical or digital map of any city to breathe life into real locations and creatures that inhabit them. Talking animals, gods, vampires, wizards, and more. Leverage the city's history and connect this all to real world locations.
I love it. It's been really fun to also see like Quig has been putting this game together like running up to Zine Month. Like they were like, I have an idea, here's what it is. I just need contributors who wants in. I feel like starting in January. And it was really cool to see this kind of rocket in. They also have a game that is coming out soon. Did you get a chance to play it at Metatopia?
At Meta, no.
Yeah, a lot of our staff is really excited about one of their other games. But yeah, this as just a little preface, like world building games always hit for me. I really love kind of what I'm seeing and what they're doing in this. Again, I think this is one of the great things about Zine Month is the ability to put together an idea, like test it, make sure it works, bring people together, and pull it around. Again, a lot of text on the page. Like I'd love to break it up a little bit more. But here's the group of absolute killers that James was able to pull together for things. We've got Chase, Chris, Dumont, Cody, Lex, and Rook joining in on the project, all doing different things. Really excited to kind of just see where this one goes. We'll be hopping in on it for sure. They've got a nice little budget breakdown here at the bottom, and it's a really simple, kind of straightforward project. If you were going to use this one in a campaign, Chat or Quinn, you're building a campaign, right? You're using Fantasy in My Backyard. What's the game? What's the game you want to run in Fantasy? Use to world build Fantasy in My Backyard style.
I think a game that really that really plays good off of having like known locations and stuff like that is probably something close to like a Vampire.
Oh, interesting.
Like having like a breakdown of like actually knowing like the back streets and whatnot.
Love it. Odds and ends throughout borrower style stuff, which is super interesting. Like you can take your house or your neighborhood and make it a borrower style thing. I mean, Quinn, I'm just saying, I know it's not essential to the plot, but Magical Girl Machine Gun, like, feels really good for this. Quig is also shouting out Emily's zine mockups for saving their ass. If you have not hit that tool, Emily, if you drop me that link over on Discord, I'll drop a link to that in the chat. You can't drop it directly, but I would love more people to see that mock-up set as a great tool. I got it posted in the ZiMo Discord also, but just wonderful. Yeah. And so, but yeah, it's been cool to see a lot of tools kind of come up with that. A lot of other things. I'm really thrilled by this project. It's the kind of thing I would use as a standalone game or as a way to do it. I think a lot of games try to build this in as a simple little procedure, but I do feel like it is better off as its own kind of standalone thing. Thank you, Emily, for sharing that with me. Why aren't we friends on Discord? Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Also, talking about the borrow style that Odds and Ents brought up, all I can imagine now is you build this and then you break it down. It's like a hex map where it's just like this is the what would normally be just to your front porch or whatever is now like a day's worth of travel.
Yeah.
And that's where my brain instantly went with that.
love it.
Yes, actually.
I didn't drop Quinn this one before we started that we're about to pivot to. So let me.
Uh-oh.
I'm adding it in because I had meant to put it first on my or second on my list, and I forgot to because I'm a bad friend, but want to make sure we talk about it. I just messaged it to you on Discord, and it is Axolotl with a gun. And so Axolotl with a gun is you play as armed axolotls with weaponized hobbies fighting hordes of evil robots in an arcade style coin op tabletop role playing game. This is by John Boyle and the Bright Bard crew. We've got Quig adding it to the rules of the fantasy map rules for you there. But Axolotl has a video, so we're gonna hop in and watch a little bit of it also too. So here we go.
The horrors persist, and so must you, an adorable axolotl with cute little hobbies, metal regenerating powers, and big ol' guns. Axolotl with a Gun is an arcade-style tabletop role-playing game about heavily armed axolotls fighting evil robots bent on exploiting their habitat for its precious resources. Each scene plays like a level from old side-scrolling arcade games. Blast your way through swarms of bad guys until your mission is complete and your swamp is safe. Each level is structured around an objective, and you'll build pools of dice using your weapons and hobbies to fight back against the mecha horrors and achieve your goals. And when I say pools of dice, I mean the kind these little dudes could swim in. No, more. Even more. Yeah, that looks about right. But be careful. The more time you spend on land knitting battle beanies and wrecking mecha monsters, the more you'll dry out. Fighting and taking damage further dehydrates your poor aquatic character, so you'll need a stash of coins to power them back up. Whenever you're low on hydration, bullets, blades, or hobby supplies, you can insert a coin to continue playing and bounce back into the scene good as new.
God, I want to keep on watching. I do want to point out here, let's see exactly where it is. It's a really good, and if ever, I'm going to work blue for a second, so I need everybody to forgive me. But I'm just going to hit play.
Characters, you'll need a stash of coins to...
That's some really good axolotl butthole right there. Let's go ahead and call that out. Excellent anatomically correct axolotl. The horrors persist, and so must you. An axolotl with a gun. This is doing. Emily shouted out. Bree made that. That's art, and you are correct. It is. I want Bree to know. I'm calling out. Excellent butthole. More games need butthole. This is probably one of the best hero images I have seen in Zine Month. We at +1 are big fans of the strong hero image at the top of your campaign, right? We've talked about this, Quinn, regularly, you and I. Good, solid encapsulation copy with a really rich image at the top. We like to drop them down into like a visual of the game, but I want this top image tells me everything I need to know thematically and visually about the game to decide if I want to back it or not. This one's a little tall, but I'm fine with that. I like a tall one, even if it takes up a whole scroll. And then bam, we're right into here's what you want. I mean, this is great. For folks who may not know, this is the second edition of this game. So it's already been released. It's already been out. It's a popular, like, well-selling game already. They're upgrading it. They're updating it. There's some additional add-ons for this version of it. I also think Bree makes beautiful things beyond just beyond their anatomical correctness. And John thinks so well about strategic and tactical choices in a game that are often tactile also too. And I loved the dice, more dice, no even more dice in the video at the very beginning. I don't know, Quinn, what are some of your thoughts?
I think specifically having a video is very important because it gives so much more than words and images can by themselves. But this very much shows you that you don't need a wild soundtrack. You don't need a whole bunch of like video editing. You don't need to learn like new programs or anything like that. Just like having the thing and like going through the process of like, this is the thing, this is what like what it does, this is how you do it. It shows that it's also effective.
Yeah. No, I love it. Shout out to Emily also too, who's in the chat, for being on the team. Emily's layout is great. Emily and Bree is a collab. Got to work on Ball Game with the two of them, like chef's kiss. And then they got that Will Jobst action in as editor. Will's one of the top editors in the game. Elevates every single game they work on. So this full team, it's a juggernaut team right here. I'm super excited about this crew. Again, a lot of add-ons. They're shouting out some other cool campaigns on here. Yeah, just people need to get like this is I don't sleep on this one. It's a little bit higher of a goal than some of the other things we're seeing during Zine Month, but it's a totally worthy goal for this project. And if you haven't checked out Breitbart and Crew's other games, like this is again great entry point to all of this also too. So all right, so we've talked a lot about people we love. I don't think this is a person. This next one is a person I know. This is I think your last one, Quinn. Or no, we've got. We'll skip on that one till next week. You'll never know which one I was talking about. We're gonna do Beasts, and then we're gonna do Lie to Him, and that's gonna round us out. I'm gonna pull one of mine for next week since I wanted to make sure we got Axolotl in there. All right, let's talk about Beasts, Quinn.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Beast isn't live. We're not going to talk about Beast. That's the rule. They got to be live. Notify me on launch. Cutting Beasts.
Time.
Sorry, no, you're fine. It's not your fault.
No, you're good.
We're gonna do one more, and then we'll do one more, and then we'll call it. Well, I am gonna still save my other one for last week, unless you find another one you're really into in the next.
No, you're good. I'll save my last one for next week as well.
You're gonna save your last one. All right. Maybe
we can save both of them.
I'll put my other one back in play then.
Oh, nice.
We've got Michelle Kelly's Lie to Him, a solo game of dishonesty in things. Beast looks cool. We're super excited to talk about Beast. Let me clarify. We're just going to do it once it's live. Lie to Him, a solo RPG game about dishonesty. Lie to Him is a solo game exploring the themes of honesty and dishonesty, trust and mistrust. This zine will include original artwork, professional layout, and fully play-tested rules. Play-testing a zine? How dare you? All right. If they make it to $1,500, they're in their final stretch goal. They'll get another artist to work with them on revamping March Winds, April Showers, their GM-less RPG about weather and emotions. So Michelle is well into it here, just cranking in on they've had a $500 goal. He's standing face to face with you. He trusts you. He wants to know the truth. He cannot know the truth. Lie to Him. Lie to Him is a solo role-playing game exploring themes of honesty and dishonesty, trust and mistrust. The original demo was created for Standing Ovation TTRPG Jam in April 2025. This completed game will be printed as a physical zine and with improved and play-tested rules. Professional layout by Francita, who does some of the best layout in the space, and an original cover by Jen Vaughn. I'll shout out what Stella said in just a second. Anyways, Lie to Him is a role-playing game about honesty and dishonesty, trust, mistrust. The original. Oh, I just said all that stuff. Pull cards out of a tarot deck to select from over 40 minimalist, open-ended prompts, guiding you to build your own narrative based on what they suggest. A wood block tower tracks your deceit. The more convoluted your story becomes, the more risk of everything falling apart. So we've got a little bit of Wretched and Alone vibes here with the Junji Tower, right? But we've got the tarot prompts mixed in, which I think is just a great evolution of form on that, or maybe totally bespoke. I could be totally wrong on that. Did I? Yeah, I got Michelle's in there. I know when I mentioned this one, had you seen this one yet?
I hadn't. I had seen the art in passing, but I hadn't actually dove into it yet.
Yeah, I've been super excited. So Michelle, in addition to making great games, is one of the primary folks over at Euphoria. I actually don't know how it's pronounced all the time, but the Euphoria actual play channel, which is a bunch of European and UK folks doing game design, actual play stuff. I will say this, they announced it on stream, so we can talk about it now also too. Every Sunday, they are sitting down with a different designer, Angel, who just did, who's Cutest Patoot online, just sits down with them for 20 minutes and they design a game together. They'll work then together to refine the game afterwards, get them all laid out, and we're going to print them in a zine in partnership with them later on this year. So transparently, we do have another project with this creator. We aren't doing anything with them on this one, but I did want to make sure I shouted that out so people don't get confused, because we will probably have this game in stock, I would imagine, also. But super excited about working with Angel and Michelle and the whole team over at Euphoria on that project. But Lie to Him is great. Quinn, have you ever been in a relationship like this where you're where like the other person can't know the truth? And you have to.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm a nice person. I've never lied and never will lie.
Have you ever been in a relationship where you're the person who can't know the truth?
I probably. We'll never know.
I just love the theme of this. Like, this is every TV show and movie, for the most part, my wife hates watching, where it's like one person is in stress and anxiety the entire time. I'm super into that. She is not. But like I said, Michelle and the whole team on this are absolutely like tremendous creators. I love seeing a non-male team, because this is a gender diverse team, but I love seeing a more diverse and non-male led project whenever we get one. I love tons of guys stuff also too, boys, but it's really good to see a thing that's mostly driven by female and non-binary voices up in the mix. Lie to Him, I think, is also a great exploration of some of that dynamic. I love that it's written from a woman's perspective also too. Really excited to see kind of what Michelle does with this one. I didn't skip any years, did I? Is it because I'm not missing one, am I?
No, I think we're good.
All right. So then we just
also there's an app.
There's a what?
There's an app.
There's an app for that?
Yeah.
Where did I miss that?
Right under the book. It's the app. Right before
the app. Play. Tell me about it.
The app.
Tell me about the app.
Immensely talented developer Alina is creating a mobile companion app to Lie to Him. This app will make it possible to play the game without a physical tarot deck or tumbling block tower. The app will be available for purchase if they reach their stretch goal of 850,
which they did.
That's
good, because the Jenga Tower thing does make online and remote travel play all harder.
It's true.
And I want to know that. Stella, what is the error on your campaign pledge? I'll go explain to everybody that it was an accident. Tell me in the chat.
No, it was on purpose. It was on purpose.
It's on purpose. Yeah, we'll explain to everybody why they're wrong and you're right. Let's look at Reservoir for our final one. This was, I could have saved this till next week. You put the umlaut on the wrong O in Morkborg. Just tell them it's the tell them that's the premium Morkborg that only some people know about. You're playing more Bjorg. This is Morkborg or whatever. I don't know how it changed. So that's when you find out, is when it's on stream somewhere. And good news, people have already backed it. No one cared. It's fine. Reservoir is a body horror puzzle dungeon featuring an immense alien creature found in the sewers deep beneath the great city. Many meat-based challenges await those who dare to prevent the scourge of flesh. Quinn, before we go any further, name your favorite meat-based challenge. You too, chat.
Ooh.
Favorite meat-based challenge in the chat.
I feel like hot dog eating competitions. That's a meat-based challenge. I feel like that's an easy answer, but it
yeah. So a thing I used to, back when I was a youth worker, one of the things I used to regularly try to get going that I would get shut down on by somebody every single time was meat sculpture competitions. Like just toothpicks and raw meat. And I'm not even really into food games, and this is probably why I would get shut down, because conceptually the concept was like, you're making a meatloaf sculpture and then we're all going to eat them afterwards, and that's it. Calling wings meat popsicles. Hey, JP, That might be great. Hey JP, buddy, we should hang out. Hey JP, you want to come on a couple weeks and do some Now You've Seen It with us last weekend of the month? All team up, hit me up, let me know. Yeah, I'm excited to find out what Meat Dungeons. This is part of the Puzzle Dungeon Jam. So we've talked last week about shoot me a message on Discord, JP. We've talked about Puzzle Dungeons because we talked about a familiar tower, which we are doing fulfillment for transparently. They did a Puzzle Dungeon Jam, and this came out of that. But Quinn, have you looked at this poster on the top?
No, and I'm having a fun time.
I feel like this is very you.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure that I mean, like, I don't think I'm wrong on that. We could not read the title. I couldn't read the title. Maybe Chase was all over it, or not Chase. Maybe Quinn was all over it. But I could not read it at all until I just scrolled down. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Puzzle Dungeons. I love the work that Direct Sun did to help people better understand Puzzle Dungeons. Oh, look, there's a cross collab with Familiar Tower. If you are backing Familiar Tower already, you should come back this one. You should back Familiar Tower also too. And you get some extra content. But you get 25 rooms, full color illustration, ticking clock mechanic, which dynamically alters the dungeon space, and lots more flesh. Oh my God, it's also great. I don't know, Quinn, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, you said it. It's good. It's nasty. It's gnarly. It's good. I'm here for it. Put that on the back of the book.
I'm here for it. Quinn Blackwell.
Nasty. It's gnarly. It's good.
God, stretch goals, just one. If the project hits double funding, $2,000, I'll create an exclusive linoleum block print. All physical backers will receive a 5x7 signed and numbered print. That's pretty dope. This is from Cameron Mass. So Cameron is the only person that we are really covering something for that I don't know and I'm not just a fan of, but maybe future fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get real deep into this, and I'm really excited. There are some other puzzle dungeons that are coming out in Zine Month. They've got them all listed down here. We've covered Familiar Tower a little bit. We've talked about Twisting Unseen. We'll hit these other two probably next week, but certainly before the end of it. So the collab content for this one is they're funding a much anticipated. The light's been there for as long as you can remember. It's gone now. All signs point to the end. The dark is closing in. Yeah, I don't know what the puzzle is, but I'm excited. You did see a slee stack. That's a slee stack. Cameron is great. Does lots of maps for Shadow Dark. JP says. Yeah, I'm super excited to get in this. I think I've met Cameron then. I think we wanted to print one. Oh, we did. We wanted to print Hell on Earth. And maybe. I mean, they're already doing a printing of it, but we wanted to try to get it in for Zine Club, but weren't able to work out the details on it just because of follow-up, not because of anything other than that. I'm a big fan of Cameron, but only as a person because I have not actually played any of their stuff yet. So I'm super excited about this one. I will say, like, we got exposed to a lot of, like, we got to hang out with like Kelsey and Michael and some of the Shadow Dark crew at Page. We're going to be helping with some of the Hellfast Spire fulfillment. There's a lot of cool stuff that's coming out of that community. I'm excited we're getting to do more stuff with folks in that space and really kind of just look at this. But I love a puzzle dungeon. Do you have a favorite dungeon puzzle, if not puzzle dungeon?
Oh man, I'm surprisingly not very much of a puzzle dungeon guy. I enjoy my dungeons full of traps. It's full circle because we were talking about funnels earlier, and
yeah, I feel like I tend to create like situations you have to think through, but I tend to avoid puzzles. Part of that's because I am a heavily improv and table brew GM. And so like I am really excited to do more puzzle dungeons. And we've played Aberrant Reflections and some of the puzzle dungeons that Direct Sun has done on stream before, and they work great with like Down We Go, which is my go-to system. Like it just requires you to actually run a dungeon the way it's written and do less improv. While it still leaves plenty of space for people to be creative and think about things in different ways. You're doing the Zelda shit, right? You're doing the you've got to have X to get to Y. I think in the world of Zelda, what's what's the new one? Where it's super like the newer two, I guess.
The open world ones.
Yeah, the open world ones. That tends to be like the kind of Zelda I like immensely, because it's like, oh, cool. Yeah, there's a way you're supposed to complete this, but if you can figure out the weird bullshit way to launch yourself halfway across this room, like, solve the problem that way too. Like, and I love both of those. So if you're out there watching, you've got a favorite dungeon puzzle in a dungeon thing that you love, that we haven't talked about already, shout it out below. It could just be the one. I mean, you know, even if it's just like what walks with first on 4 legs and on 2 legs and on 3 legs. And the answer is, I don't know, but kill it. That's an option. Also too. No, this is naming a Zelda game. What are the kids playing? That is my vibe. Like, what's that young Zelda game? That one all the kids do, where it's like Zelda 6, 7. That was bad. Thanks for.
Yeah, Keegan enjoyed it. It's okay.
Yeah. All right. We're ending up our time. Any of the last things you want to shout out? Any thoughts from this week? I think we do know this is largely like here's the one with all the people that we are we love, that Tony loves already, whether we knew it or not.
Yeah. I think the beautiful thing about this space is, like, even though we just pulled these we continue to find people that we enjoy, because there are plenty of enjoyable people in the TTRPG space. And I think that generally just shows that, like, the space can be very fun, very enjoyable. And we just have to continue to push and strive to ensure that stays the course.
Awesome. Yeah, I full agree. Speaking of people we love and cool games that you could get right now, especially if you want to help us out and support us. I did accidentally, or somehow, the porch outside of my house and my next door neighbor's porch caught on fire. That's going to be a pretty chunk of change to fix. If you want to support everything we do here at Plus One EXP, you can over to plus1exp.com or Zine Club, Zine or RPGZine.club to check things out right now. Cool thing we've got going, if you're not already part of Zine Club, if you are, there's an add-on bundle we can put on your order, is the Zine Month print bundle. So, like, this month at Plus One, we are releasing some cool stuff. We're releasing 4 amazing games. The 2 we have for Zine Club: Heir of Swords, which is a tarot-based solo adventure RPG, and Bear Witness, which I don't know, imagine you had to, like, go to the mall, pick your kids up from like soccer practice, but at the same time there's also a woman in your basement that you've been keeping trapped there, who may be the portal to, like, another dimension or heaven. If you like Martyrs or other stuff like that, check out Bear Witness by Jax. It's a solo RPG about those things that I just mentioned. We also got 86, which is Wes Frank's, our zine fiend emeritus, now head of special projects at Plus One's solo game about losing your passion. The art design, all the layout and art are done by Mikey Raymond from Two Pancakes. It's laid out like a classic cookbook, but there's a lot of meditative stuff. There's print and play cards that you destroy as you're playing also too. You might have to sit outside and smoke a cigarette for a little while as one of the prompts, and thinking about a passion you've lost. Eat something that's sharp or bitter. Reflect on the way that your craft and your life interact with each other. And then we've got the quick start of Soothe Wardens by Navarre Jackson included in there. Really great tactical and strategic RPG that we're going to be doing a full funding version of later on this year. But it's a fully playable quick start for a game master and 2 to 3 players, about you and another person being linked together and fighting monsters. If you want to check any of those out, links in the chat or in the show notes later on, and it'll help support everything we do here at Plus One EXP. If you've never bought anything from the store before, you'll also get 5% off your order. If you're a member of Zine Club, you get everything at the cheapest rate, and you can do that at rpgzine.club. This has been great. Next week, I believe we're going to have a special guest on with us, and I believe we're going to be doing an OSR focus. We'll have more details about that later, but come on back for that. And it's like, if you're like, I'm not into OSR stuff, that's fine. That's come watch anyways. Let us talk to you about where OSR and story games meet each other. Quinn, what does OSR stand for?
Other stuff Righteous.
Yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
yeah. I mean, you
Yeah,
like other
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
righteous. Everybody, come on.
Yeah, right. Righteously other stuff. Yeah,
That
yeah,
is the
yeah.
OSR. This has been, this has been a Now You've Seen It roundup with Tony and Quinn, and now you've seen us. Now you don't. Do we think that works? I don't know.
I think, yeah,